Hello, guys. Welcome back. So we got everything settled. Odin made his point. I can apparently be bought for free soft drinks from the DQ, and one of them, I think it was actually Odin, sent me the Joker singing "Cold, Cold Heart," and that was actually pretty awesome. I'm like, oh, okay, I get your point. He was right. Certain things don't mix, and I didn't want to see that. And he was just pointing out the errors in my theology. And he was pointing out this place over here has one set of rules. I don't have you follow any of those rules, so you have a choice to make. Of course I chose Team Loki and Team Odin. I'm not stupid. They let me do pretty much whatever I want. I am building halls, so I've been building halls all day if you wonder where I am. And that takes a lot of time. They're still not letting me import anything new, but they did bring back some stuff. They brought back all the gay pride stuff finally, and it's stable for now. But they're not letting me bring stuff in. And we're waiting for them to do that because these halls are always evolving and I'm always making stuff and I'm always putting stuff in, and then there's stuff we had and it goes out. But we've actually got all the gods taken care of and we have a couple halls left over. I offered Hill a hall back. I don't think she cares about having her own hall again because since we're keeping it since we're apparently keeping it the Nordic Pantheon, there's like it will just be her. She could have any god she wants in with her, obviously, like her siblings and her mom and her dad and everything. But her dad has a fantastic hall with her and all the siblings in it. Angervoda can't be bothered with Fevar in my experience. She's like, that's nice. Odin does want a third hall. He's aiming for a third hall, and since Tyr was gracious enough to share with some other gods, we have a couple slots left. So he may get a hall, a third hall for the war aspect. I remember how well that went last time. And I'll have a hall. I might actually build my own hall, but the problem is I've been building halls so long for them. I don't know what the hell to put in my own hall. I'm like, I have no damned idea. I made myself home, but the platform was unstable and it was really ugly. So I don't know. When I'm designing for other people, I'm fine. When I'm designing for myself, it looks like the Joker helped me decorate. So I hear, yeah. So Loki was mightily impressed. Loki was watching that video with me, like, oh, violence, yeah. Just looking at him. But they are two very different groups of gods. It's not that I don't work with the Oski part of Odin, which is very sweet and kind and peaceful, but when different aspects of the same god love you and want to come over and have your attention, you kind of have to learn to go with the flow. It's just like with Loki. He has some very sweet, kind, gentle, nurturing paths, and he has some very destructive paths. And usually, the longer you know a god, the more the distinct paths start to show up in your life and love you. They love you so much. So it was just Odin's way of actually protecting me too. He says, I don't think you fully realize what you're buying into. And a couple things came up on Pinterest, like he was making a point. He says, that is what you would be buying into. Did you forget? Yeah, but you can take this without taking that. Really? Really? Where in anything does it say that? My imagination. It's just kind of side-eyeing me. I'm not built for certain things. I think that was my problem growing up Roman Catholic. I'm not built for certain types of gods. I'm built for gods like Odin and Loki, where, they lie and cheat and steal and run around and do bad things, and yet they can also be champions of a good and worthy cause. They're complex. Odin's called the All-Father partially because he's the father of all people, but also partially because he's the god that, has everything within him. So he can be very heroic, or he can be the villain, or he can be something in between, or something you haven't even thought of. And Loki's the same way. It's why they're brothers and it's why they get along. So I've been working on halls, and we've been doing pretty good. And I think Odin's been bringing out all of what I call the bad in me because he wants me to face what my true nature really is. He's shaking his head. He goes, none of those 12 suggestions apply to you. And remember, I took Hebrew scriptures, and I know that was like the bare minimum that people were expected to do, and I can't even do any of them. He's like, don't lie. You lie on a fairly consistent basis, especially when you're answering gods. Don't cheat. You like cheat games all the time. You figure out the way to do stuff it's not supposed to do. Don't steal. What do we call building VR halls when you haven't gotten written permission to use the PNG? He's just going down a list like, yeah, you can't do any of this shit. Don't covet your neighbor's stuff. Yeah. So he was just laughing, and Loki's laughing. Loki's especially laughing. He's like, don't use bad words. Don't use bad words. You failed already. So he's having fun. He's having fun. And they're right. And that's just as we call it around here, list of suggestions. I can't even do one of those suggestions. I've probably broken all of them, and I am all 7 deadly sins. I'm pretty sure I am. So it was something else, and I think he pushed me to get so angry to the point where I destroyed stuff because he wanted me to see what kind of potential I have in me. Before I got that angry, I would have said, oh, I'd never hurt an animal. I'd never hurt a wolf. Because I was so pissed off at Odin and he loves wolves, I went into the game with the wolf targets. Blam, 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 blam. Because I'm like, I think this will hurt him personally. Blam, 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 blam. And he has no problem with that. He's a god of war. One or two of his sons are gods of vengeance. He tends to like those, so he had no problem with it. He's not even mad. He goes, this is the only pantheon you're going to be able to do that in. Don't you realize that? I'm like, I guess you have a point. He wasn't even mad. He was actually kind of proud of me. And eventually I'm going to have to get back to playing more VR games so I can earn us more furniture. Because this way I'm doing when I'm doing the homes this time, instead of trying to spread the furniture out real thin, I'm making every home beautiful. So we're down to some of the stuff that nobody wants, but it's all we have left. They won't let me import anything. So we're down to some of the furniture nobody wants, but it's like, well, that's all we have left. But they're loving it. You should see Loki's haul. It's awesome. I couldn't believe that Segan helped me decorate it, but we're getting to know each other better. And she pointed out, she's on Odin's side. She said, you're spreading yourself too thin. That's why you're getting the lagoons. That's why you're getting all this water stuff. She said, you're spreading yourself too thin. And she says, we're trying to get you to, get on track and do what's best for you. Not what we want you to do. Do what's best for you. So, Segan can reason with you. So I know that wasn't the most exciting video in the world, but I wanted to get something out for you guys because it's kind of addictive to work on these temples, so I'm probably going to do it the rest of the day. And you won't see me, and then you won't have a video, but I'm really enjoying it. We got our gay pride stuff back, and I was putting it in. First I was being mad, and I didn't want it now, because it had been 5 damn days. It had been gone, and Loki's like, don't cut off your nose despite your face. So went in, put it in, but there's only so much of that stuff. It's not like they all can have a unicorn or they can all have some stuff. Thank the gods I made my own gay stuff. Like you guys remember decades ago, like the party room, most of our rainbow gay pride stuff comes from there, so everything's in there. Now they may eventually open the doors, being the gods they are, and be like, okay, we think you've got it down, you can have this group of gods or that group of gods. But with me, it's really hard for me to have discipline. And they know it. I think that's why they place restrictions on me, because other people say, they never do that with me. With me, they have to, because I'm like a little toddler. I would be wandering off in the middle of something and running over to this and running over to that. And they know I love all the gods. They know that. It's not, you can't love those gods. It's, you stay here for right now and concentrate on what you're doing. Then you can go play. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.